Welcome to Unfollow Friday, but let's make it a Thursday. Let's make it the 4th of July. This is your July 4th Navigating a Stressful Political Season edition. What is Unfollow Friday? It is something that I recommend that you do every single Friday. It includes unfollowing people on social and in real life that are really bringing you down. It is not for people who you are in a relationship with that you know that you are friends with. This is for the random person that you follow that is suddenly posting videos of things that are very upsetting to you, that are not educational, that are not helpful, that add nothing. And it's really cool because there's a formula. We do not announce our way out. We do not seek drama. We're seeking alignment. We're just looking for people who are in alignment with our values and our goals. Now, these could be people that disagree with us vehemently, like me and my mom disagree so much. But they're not people who disagree on how we discuss things together. They're not people who are aggressive or hateful or believe it's appropriate to call names, right? They're people who you can have a deep discussion with that you want to be around. Those are people we follow, especially if they disagree with us, because that helps us grow. But what are you going to do this July 4th? Well, you've got to protect your peace on some level, right? And the first way to do that is going to be to curate your social media feed. You're going to unfollow accounts that fuel and stress negativity, that fail to educate, that fail to inspire. We're going to look for people that are great to follow. So if you need someone great to follow that talks about current events, I recommend Sharon Says So. That's her handle on Instagram. She's amazing, and you don't have any idea where she stands on the issues, but she shares specifically what's going on in a way that you can take it in without all the drama and the negativity, right? Next is going to be that it's really important to limit your screen time today. I want you to set boundaries on how you're going to consume political content. It's important, especially on a holiday where we're celebrating our country, that we think about how we're spending our day. Maybe you're going to see fireworks, have a family cookout, do some extra self-care. If you're looking for a way to detox from your political obsession, try Starts With Us's Polarization Detox Challenge. It's free, it's 30 days, and it's an email and online opportunity where they're going to help us learn how to come together and have difficult conversations and respect people that we disagree with. How cool is that? The third thing I would say is to stay informed but not overwhelmed. So you're going to have to choose reliable news sources. This does not include most of the major media outlets that we're used to relying on at this time. Media has lost its mind. I think we can all agree that whether you're on the right or the left, there is a very big competition for our attention, regardless of maybe the facts. And so think about where you could get information that you truly trust. One of the most weird, interesting things that happens when my mom and I have discussions is when I present her with information that I have, she's never heard it before. She isolates her news sources to a very specific group of information. And as a result, she has heard nothing of what I'm sharing with her that are generally factual based information. And she's smart. She takes that information in and she goes and researches it. But don't be that person. Don't be the person that only looks at certain things on one side. Be my mom, who when you hear about other information, you go, let me go check that out. That's interesting. Let me vet that source. Have a critical way of thinking. Now, the other thing that's important here in order to not get overwhelmed is when you have a good source of information, that means you're not looking at that information 24 hours a day, not 5 hours a day, not even 4 hours a day. I know this is going to scare some of you because you are young and amazing, but when I was growing up, news was on 1 hour. That was it. We had old Walter Cronkite who was telling us how things were, and it was 1 hour. There was no 24-hour news, and honestly, I think it was better that way. When something big happened, they would cut in and we would hear the update of something big that happened. But we are inundated with more information in the first 20 minutes of our day now than we used to learn in 20 years. And it's not working for us. So stay overwhelmed, stay informed, but not overwhelmed. Then I would recommend that today you focus on engaging in real conversations. I'm talking belly to belly, person to person, especially if someone disagrees with you. Don't get distracted by extremities, right? When people are saying racist or inappropriate or non-factual things, that's not what I'm supporting at all. I would definitely put that person in the bless their heart category, which is the category of we're not really going to worry about having an in-depth conversation with that person, trying to convince them that what they really need to do is love all types of people, right? Now you can work on that, but that's not what I'm talking about today. Today, I'm talking about having belly-to-belly conversations with people instead of online. So maybe you're at the 4th of July with your neighbor who thinks really differently than you, and the topic of the election comes up. And I recommend trying to have a calm, civil, fact-based discussion and say, I'm really frustrated by all the news that's coming out. I feel like it's really overwhelming for everybody. Do you feel overwhelmed? And have a human interaction about it, right? What's that about? That would be great. And then last but not least, you're not going to be surprised that I'm going to recommend that you practice self-care today. This might be a day that you are in the company of people that you're not always in the company of, that you definitely know is not an opportunity for learning or education or expanding your boundaries. And you've got to work on focusing on joy and relaxation. A couple of things really helped me in this regard. I heard online, of course, the other day, this incredible concept. And I want you to go on this little trip with me here. Imagine that this is what you prayed for. Imagine that this life was taken from you, however, in whatever way. And you said, please, please, just let me have one more holiday with my family. Let me have one more 4th of July with my kids. Let me have one more day with my parents. Let me have one more meal with my best friend. And this is what you're doing with that? Relish every moment, because I can assure you there's someone that just came into your heart right now. There's someone you're missing, like you're missing an arm. And if you could see them, you in your heart know you would take advantage of that chance and have the best day with them, right? Make today that day. Don't wait for it to be taken away. Don't wait for begging to get the chance to come back. Of course, it's not perfect. Of course, it can be frustrating. Absolutely, it can be overwhelming. People are crazy, all of us in different ways. But imagine if this is your chance to come back and have this amazing day one last time. I would give anything to see people I love on this day. And I bet you would too. So don't miss the chance to be with the people that you're with, truly be with the people that you're with because of some silly political disagreement. Okay? I want you to embrace the day. I want you to have the best hot dogs and hamburgers and fireworks and enjoy everything this country was meant to be. Enjoy the freedom that we have. Enjoy the privileges that we have. The second thing I wanted to share is that I can't tell you how often I share with people that I'm one of the luckiest people I've ever met because I'm a woman who was born in the United States of America. And I don't take that lightly. I take that as a responsibility and a privilege. And I know if I'd been born in a myriad of other countries, my life would have been dramatically different. I would absolutely not be here sharing with you, promoting my life, talking with you, sharing things that can help, right? Very different lives. So we are blessed despite the turmoil, despite the mess, despite the stress, despite the disagreements. I still choose America every single time, no questions asked, 100%. I am so proud of our country, and I believe that we're going to find a way to the other side. And that's the way to be, right? We've got to be hopeful and purposeful and work towards the vision that you have. If this noise bothers you, get involved. You can see my video from earlier this week of how we can take action. If you're feeling like we're on the wrong track, there's great suggestions in that video. But for today, try these suggestions to get to the other side. So it's an Unfollow Friday, but a Thursday, coming to you in a live about 5, posted earlier in the day so that you can take advantage of it. So have an amazing 4th of July. Happy birthday, America.